Hi there, I'm FridgesTV and today I'm going to be your host. We are going to be reviewing the Callisto protocol. So if you got a helmet, stick it on the head. If you got a seatbelt, strap in. There is going to be an absolute mega fuck ton of sarcasm. So starting off, let's get into the information about the game before we actually get into the gameplay. In case you're wondering, I stole all of this from Wikipedia and have no idea if this is factual or not, but here we go. The Callisto Protocol is a 2022 survival horror action video game developed by Striking Distance Studios and published by Krafton. It was directed by Glenn Schofield, who had previously co-created the Dead Space series. Okay, so that intro there and all that information I just threw at you from the Wikipedia has absolutely nothing to do with the game review whatsoever, but I decided to throw it in there anyway because I've seen other YouTubers do it, and it seems pretty successful. In saying that, this main menu screen is pretty cool, and it takes up a bit of time, and instead of editing out, I just decided I would ramble for a little bit to fill in that void. I should probably also throw in the fact that this is a game review. If you hadn't noticed that by now, you might need some help. But there will be spoilers of this game in this video. If you don't like that, you don't have to have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or tea, but I would suggest you go watch one of my other videos. Not another channel, just one of my other videos. I'd like to keep my viewers around. Should probably also add that this is strictly my opinion of the game. This is not everybody's opinion. You may love it, you may hate it, you might find it right in the middle. For me, this is just my opinion. Well, I feel like I've kept you here long enough. We might as well take a deep dive into the gameplay, seeing as you're hanging around. Alright, let's start with difficulties. Starting off, minimum security. Very easy, can't go wrong, easy as a breeze. You might die here and there, but barely. Second, medium security. Medium security is a bit more challenging, definitely painful, resource management, all that fun stuff, but not too bad. Third difficulty is maximum security. If you play on maximum security, there are numbers you can call for help. There are places you can reach out. Come on now, don't be like this. This is Danny. Danny is a grade A asshole. Not a casual asshole, a grade A. She really lifted the bar with this one. She set that bar high. Danny from the start of the game is an asshole to you. If you don't know why, let me explain. After the initial intro to the game, the video cuts from a TV to you and your best friend being in a ship. You're flying through space, having the time of your life, arguing about stupid shit. Nobody knows the dialogue, nobody pays attention. But Danny decides, we won't have any of that. She's boarding your ship. Your best friend alerts you to a noise in the back of the ship in the cargo hold, so you go back to check it out. After getting back there and sneaking around through fires and shit, which you definitely shouldn't do in space, you decide, those are people boarding our ship. I should run back to the bridge. As you get back to the bridge, you are chased, and you seal the door. Laughing, feeling safe, la-di-da-di-da. Danny decides, well, you're in the bridge and I can't get into you. I'm gonna get you out. So Danny decides she's going to blow up your fucking ship. What Danny did not take into account was that you were flying towards a prison planet. Not just any prison planet, a prison planet covered in fucking snow. Freezing over. Danny crashes the ship into the planet, killing your best friend, which we definitely didn't see coming. And you, obviously being the main character, survived this spaceship crash that blew up midair and crashed into a fucking planet at full speed. You and Danny are the only survivors, of course. It's a prison planet, so you get taken prisoner. Thanks, Danny. Now, for 90% of the game, Danny takes every chance she gets to make a sarcastic remark towards you and treat you like shit. The good news is, though, in the last 10% of the game, the devs force you to fall in love with her, which doesn't happen. They were smart, though, because they kind of seen it coming. Every time you aim your gun at her, your reticle disappears and you cannot pull the trigger. Okay, so I've been shitting on the game quite a bit so far, and, you know, in my opinion, it's justified, but let's talk about some of the pros. Number one, the graphics. Visually, the game is stunning. And I'm not talking like, you know, it looks nice. It is absolutely mind-blowing. It's on Unreal Engine 5, it's new, it's fresh, and it is gorgeous. The facial impressions, the movement, the lifelike features, not like 100%. You can still tell it's a game, but it's on another level. Moving around visually, just the best I've played in a very long time.
Max! Hang on, buddy, I'm coming. Hey. Oh. Chico?
I didn't really enjoy the story, but I did follow the voice acting along the way. It kept it alive for me and got me all the way to the end of the game. I have to say the voice acting was on point, specifically in the death scenes. Now, this game does not go light on death scenes. There is blood, there is gore, there is screams of agony, and they are on point. Now, I want you to couple the amazing Unreal 5 engine graphics of this game with the voice actors that they're using screaming in agony. Now, if those voice actors go back and watch those clips, I'm pretty sure they're going to have nightmares about their own deaths because, oh my fucking god, it is on another level. They did not go light. Trust me. If you're squeamish, this is definitely not a game for you to play.
Look. You're that pilot I just brought in, yeah?
This is Elias. Now, I cannot say accurately how long he was actually on screen in the game for, but it felt like a total of about 5 minutes. For the rest of the game, which is annoying, he is in your ear telling you, take this route, take that route, you'll have to go around, you'll have to find a way up, you'll have to find a way down. Your usual video game bullshit. Now, in the end, I understand you have to make a game, but Elias is the one that the developers chose to be your new best friend. And in games like this, as we all know, when you get a new best friend and they stick by you or in your ear, they are most likely going to die. And, well, wouldn't you know, Elias does actually die. He doesn't have the most gruesome death. In fact, I'm not even really sure what killed Elias, but he did die. And our other best friend, Danny, she shows up, stabs him in the neck, takes his chip, and treats us like shit. This is, of course, before we fall in love with her. This is Elias's death scene, by the way. Fairly dramatic for a guy who I've known for approximately 2 minutes. Big sad.
I'll see you on the other side, buddy.
And this is Danny ripping the chip from his neck with a knife.
The back of his hand.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey!
Now I do too.
You freelancers out here.
I was just doing my job.
This is Captain Fuckhead. I call him that because he is, as they say, a fuckhead. He is technically the main bad guy, but not the main bad guy, but the main bad guy that you fight and beat in the end as the final boss. So yeah, this is him in his final form. The suit was hiding the magic. No, he got infected, and we had to kill him to take some blood that we could use to make an antivirus for Danny, who was also infected, to save her, so we could put her in an escape pod, instead of us, the only escape pod, on the planet, so she could get away. Makes sense, because we love her.
Wait! No, you got it!
Inmate 532-521.
This is Dr. Fuckhead. I call her that because she's a fuckhead and happens to be a doctor. She sticks something in your neck that conveniently tells you how much health and energy you have, but it also kills you, and then she brings you back to life. Then you don't see her for the rest of the game until the end, when Danny is dying, and she contacts you about a way to save her if you help her.
I intend to faithfully execute my responsibilities. Try not to move, it'll only make things worse.
Oh, fuck you! Ah! Ah!
Doctor, he's flatlining.
Injector.
This is your basic enemy. Not very difficult, but definitely annoying in the right situation. Normally it takes a few hits to put them down, but if they're around enemies that can kill you or swarm you, you are in a lot of trouble. This enemy is what I like to call the four-legged dickhead. They like to sneak up on you. They're very stealthy. They don't do a lot of damage. They're just annoying. Also, they can camouflage and go completely invisible. can't justifiably describe how much I hate this enemy, but this enemy is what I call the two-headed fuck you, for good reason. You have to kill it twice. The first time you kill it, it rips its other half off and starts swinging at you again. Second time you kill it, you feel like you won the lotto. Unfortunately, while you're fighting it, if it farts in your general direction, your face decides to implode. You cannot get hit by this enemy, it is instant death. I like to call these enemies the blind bastards, mainly because they're blind, and they're bastards. They hunt in packs. If you make a sound, they will swarm you in milliseconds, and they hit hard. Best way to beat them is sneak up behind them and execute them, or to sneak past them. Very unlikely though, most of the time you're going to have to execute them. Alright, let's do a story recap, because apparently YouTube vids do them when they review games, and, you know, I like to trend, or something. The story was... How do I put this without sounding like an arsehole? It was fucking shite. If I went to the bathroom and took a shit, right, and then nuked my house, it would be a better story. Actually, that's a pretty good story, but you get my point. It's a better story than what was in this game. 90% of the game is you running around shooting shit that just looks like literal shit. It's just, it's a different level of absolute shite. 0 points for the story. Literally 0. The only thing that carried me through this game was the graphics and the voice acting. And maybe that was their plan, I don't know. Maybe they didn't care about the story, they just wanted to show off how good their game looked on Unreal Engine 5. I literally don't know. But the story was woeful. It was like having a wedgie while being punched in the face repeatedly by 3 world strongmen while you're sitting in an airplane chair and a kid is kicking it in the back constantly while screaming, and you look outside and the right engine is on fire, and you look out the other window and there is no left engine. That's how bad the story was. Diabolical. 5 out of 10 shites for me. That's my overall rating for the game, and the only reason it's at 5 is because how beautiful the game looked and how good the voice acting was. Outside of that, it would have been a 0. If the story was good, it would have been a 10. But here we are. Clarifying, this is my opinion. It's not everybody's opinion, and that's completely fine. I am not saying I am right. This is just how I feel about the game. If you feel differently, let me know in the comments below. If you agree, let me know in the comments. But I appreciate you checking out the video. Please do leave a like and subscribe. This is my first ever project this big. And if you want to see more games reviewed in the future, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Until the next video, thank you for checking me out. I've been FridgesTV, and I have been your incredible host. Have a good one.